Hi there, Linda. This is my studio journal for TCHE2685. I'm Amber. That's a picture of my son Marco, and he will be 5 by the time you see this, I suppose. One of my key reflections was on the day that we went into the city to have a look at some urban playgrounds, and my son Marco was given a piece of chalk to create his own games around the city, and he designed a racetrack, a path to follow so that people could get trapped, and he invited some nearby tradies in the centre here to play with him, and he also made over here a hot lava path, which was very fun, and overall he enjoyed his stay in the city quite a lot, to be honest, so it was great. When talking about science, my son really is keen on planets at the moment. I found an app, I should have put it on this slide, I'm sorry for that, it's called Skyview, and it's a great little app. It can show where the planets are in the day or the night sky as an augmented reality. But one of the things that I suppose I would like with the digital technology, and something I've thought about and something we'll do our presentation on, is something along these lines. I'll quickly just show you this video. Can you tell me where Jupiter is? No, on that picture. Which one's Jupiter? Where's Jupiter on the picture? And what about Saturn? Can you find Saturn?
That's not Jupiter.
What's that?
That's Mars.
Oh, is it? Oh, my mistake. Would you like to draw on Jupiter?
It's so cool.
Yeah, so over here is the picture that he actually drew, and then he went on to design this 10-eyed alien. There was a whole story involved. I would like for digital technologies to have an option for this sort of scenario where children like to draw and create their own things and be able to upload that into the same sort of augmented reality so that they can enjoy their own creations and the things that they have created in Can you tell me where Jupiter is? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Let's go. Another science experiment that we sort of did over the course of this course was we were trying to design a firework for our assignment, and this is actually, I suppose, a colour mixing activity, but also a science activity to see how much air he would need to blow through the straw in order to get the paint to spread out like a firework, or not. That was a bit of a fun activity that we did. Another sort of a sciencey thing that we came across during the course was when we went to the city one day just behind Parliament House. I didn't get the name of this artist or the work's name, but there was these sculptures with skeletons of various animals, like a bird and a turtle and a platypus and some other animals as well, and they're all skeletons of the animals, but they'd also had a little piece of plastic also within the mould of the sculptures, and I think that was sort of suggesting that the plastic might have been ingested or was the cause of that particular animal's death, and maybe it was some sort of reminder that we need to care about our environment and think about how to care for the animals and the environment that we live in, but also that transition between life and death, that we are alive and then, we turn into skeletons, and et cetera, et cetera. So that was something we had a chat about on our way to the city one day as well. We're talking about some of the technology that we noticed about out and about in the city. Of course, we have things like, your ATMs. And I was actually curious about this because I'm not 100% sure that my son Marco realizes that actual cash would come out of this machine, given that I usually just tap and go these days. Another piece of technology that we came across was, of course, this fire hydrant. You know, in the event that Melbourne Central was on fire, this fire thing, hose and pump, was right in the centre, and I guess to protect us all in the event of an emergency. And then over here, Marco was invited to help put this flame unit for the Docklands Firelight Festival that was on the other day. He was invited to help put this together by these workmen. And then we've also got the technology that we came across in the public toilets. So of course you've got a hand dryer, and the tap can turn on automatically. Marco is really keen on Lego. We have, you know, a ton of Lego at home. He will build all day and night if he were allowed to. But also, given the opportunity, Marco will experiment with Lego in public. So when he saw that Lego store at Melbourne Central, he was pumped. Art. We found some art activities during the course as well, where Marco decided to paint these sticks that he had collected. He painted them red and blue and purple over here, and decorated this tree stump in our front garden. And then he's also recently created these rocks. And I think it's important that he has the opportunity to, you know, decorate parts of the house and garden, you know, to his liking. That's, you know, important to me for his identity and, you know, his confidence and opportunity to execute his ideas. But we also found examples of artwork in the city as well. So of course we've got the State Library statue here that he climbed on for ages, of this bunyip, and, you know, the decorative light posts over here that he was pretty curious about. I do a lot of cooking with Marco, particularly cakes. I think cooking is a great activity, not just for the math skills involved in measuring out and mixing ingredients, but also the division of sharing. He's cut it only into 2 slices here, a slice for Dad and a slice for himself. What about me? And we have these chocolate eggs, and dividing these 6 eggs equally onto 2 slices of cake. There's another nice little maths activity where he got to explore some numbers and some basic themes as well. Marco is also pretty keen on geometric shapes and shapes in general. And when we were out in public, I don't think I'd noticed this before, but when we were out, I noticed that he would often use his fingers to touch the shapes that he noticed around him. So there's a rectangle here, and he's touching this circle. He had his fingers over these, these geometric pattern shapes on this shop facade. And then at home, he likes to play with the geometric shapes. This is a robot that he's created. Actually, it's his representation of a cartoon character called Wrecking Ralph. And if you know Wrecking Ralph, I should put a picture up. It looks pretty much like Wrecking Ralph with his big fists. And, other machines, and, some artwork here with some shapes as well. And the last slide I thought I would show today was also Marco playing with shapes, but it is a pattern that he's found in the public toilets in Melbourne Central, where he's enjoying walking through the maze. And I think it's things like this that remind me that, he's learning about the world around him, and, I really need to let him slow down as well at times to explore his environment, because as a busy working mum, it's really easy to, in these sort of situations that say hurry up and move along, when I'm sure he would really just like the time to explore his environment and what's in it and what's around him. And I think that's a lesson I'll take away having done this course. So thank you for that.